Good evening, fantasy football players. I am here giving you guys your Week 1 report on the Detroit Lions. To start off, this game will be played in Detroit at Ford Field, and we have a sold-out crowd for this game, as well as them selling standing room-only tickets. That is how bumping Ford Field's about to be for this game, and I am excited to dig right into it. So, for starters, for people who I think should be starting in your roster on this Detroit Lions team, my first guy is DAndre Swift. He is a must start, especially in the PPR league. He's going to be catching the ball. He's going to be running the ball. I would expect him to have a big day. Now, with news of Big V being out, my guess is they'll put Evan Brown there at guard. He could also play center, and Frank Ragnow might move to guard. There's question marks about Frank Ragnow's availability as well. He had a limited practice on Wednesday, and he did not practice on Thursday. So we're waiting on Friday to see kind of what the whole deal is there. But my guess is, I've seen this play out many times, is he probably got the off day today to rest up and be good to go. So even any last second chances there, this O-line is very experienced. Frank Ragnow was out last year, and Taylor Decker was as well. So a lot of those backups played last year, and it did not stop Swift from putting up numbers. So he's definitely a guy I can trust, because they're going to find ways to get him in open space. This offense flows through him. It did last year. It still will this year. So DAndre Swift is definitely a must start in most leagues, and literally I can't think of a league that he should not be starting in. Next up, I got a little bit of a fringe player for you guys, and that is Chark. Now, call me bold, but I think Chark will put up better statistics than Amon-Ra St. Brown this game. Amon-Ra is a great player to have in a PPR league, and even will be this game. But my guess is Darius Slay, big play Slay, us Lions fans remember him, will probably be on Amon-Ra. That means their number 2 is going to be on Chark, and Chark has shown he's a great receiver when he's healthy. The Lions have been adding to his route tree in the offseason, and he's actually became one of Jared Goff's favorite targets on this offense. Not saying Amon-Ra St. Brown is not going to still see a lot of production, but I think Chark's production is going to be underrated early in the season, and I would not be surprised with his job being to take the top off some defenses, as well as add to his route tree like we've been working on. I think he could be a 5 to 7 catch guy a game, I'll say, but he has that big playability. Meanwhile, Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's probably that 6 to 9 catch guy a game, but his stuff is going to be a lot of yak. It's going to be a lot of yards after catch. So that's the whole deal there. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's a French guy for me just for this week. I just don't know how he's going to do against Darius Slay. I feel like Darius Slay will match up well with him. So that's a little bit of a question mark there. Really look over your options. But I like Chark this week. St. Brown is definitely a good option. It just really comes down to what other wide receivers you have. I could still see him putting up about 10 points this week. So he's definitely not gonna look to lack production. I just don't see a big week coming out of him from this week. Although a touchdown can quickly change, how production looks. So that's kind of how I feel about those skill positions. As far as tight ends, TJ Hawkinson, he's always a solid tight end. Usually if you have TJ Hawkinson, you picked him about 5 or 6, so he's probably starting for you. I could see him getting a touchdown in this game. 35 to 55 yards is about where you'd expect him to finish up, and probably a touchdown. Probably 4 to 5 catches if I took my guess. Game before this game, but yeah, he's definitely a start amongst tight ends, unless if you have a Darren Waller or Travis Kelce or one of those big boys. He's upper tier 2 under those tier 1. So he's definitely a good tight end to have, and he'll definitely be a good matchup versus the Eagles. It'll be interesting to see what he does after coming off injury last year. So, yeah, that fills all the skill positions completely now. You got Jared Goff. Now, I'm avoiding starting Jared Goff. You have to be in one big league to be stuck starting him, I feel like. I would take guys like Trey Lance over Jared Goff. I'd even consider a guy like Justin Fields just because he runs a lot. So Jared Goff, I do not like it. We rely a lot on our run to set up the pass, and he's not a guy who's going to run in for touchdowns. So he's getting like 4 points a touchdown, and honestly, I can see the Lions handing off the rock to Jamal Williams a lot when we're in that red zone, trying to get that yard or two, and anything other than that, it's probably going to Swift, or it's, we'll pass for a touchdown. But his numbers aren't going to be too pretty. I'd expect about 240 passing yards and maybe like 2 touchdowns out of him. So it's not going to be the pretty stuff. And, he has his times where his fumbles, he has his mistakes. So I would stay away from starting Jared Goff as much as I could. And, yeah, that is my Week 1 fantasy breakdown of the Detroit Lions. Oh, wait, I almost forgot. The defense. I am avoiding the defense. Last year, I want to say we lost 44-6 at home. And as much as they have improved since then, second year in the defense, Aiden Hutchinson now comes. I still don't like what we got in the linebacker core, and we got ran over last year. We absolutely they did whatever they wanted up front. They punished our linebackers. Miles Sanders wasn't even starting. They had Jordan Howard running the rock on us. So, yeah, last year was not pretty when it came to stopping the run, and I still think they're going to have their way to an extent running the ball. So I would not rely on the Lions defense if you guys have another option. But that being said, that is my Week 1 breakdown for fantasy for the Detroit Lions. I hope that this helps you guys win your game this week. And yes, go One Pride.